How much power are we going to make today, Bob?
All of it.
All of it?
All
How
of
much
it.
is all of it? Like 2,500?
Today?
Yeah.
3,000.
Then what?
Then we'll see.
Then we turn it up?
Then we'll turn it up and see what happens.
You're crazy. If it makes 3,000 today, we'll be happy, but we're going to start with, yesterday we did 5 pulls between 1,800 and 2,000 horsepower fuel only. That was just with the 98 millimeter GT55. We tried 500% and 600%, did fair comparisons. The 600% made more power, made 50 horsepower more at 2,000 or at 5,000 RPM. So that's the injector that we're going to be running today, and we're going to start turning the nitrous on, seeing how that affects cylinder pressure. If it burns faster in the cylinder, it tells us if we need to adjust timing at all. But we're going to start with like a low fuel quantity and then turn the nitrous on and see what changes with the Kistler data that we can get. But we're just going over retorquing feed tubes, adjusting valve lash, because we just put new coppers and new feed tubes in this morning. One of the passes yesterday, after we put the 600% in, I think we messed up a feed tube, and instead of wasting time today, we decided to just put all new feed tubes in it. And with all the nitrous that's over here, it's kind of a conundrum. And
Definitely a conundrum.
It would be easier without nitrous rail over there, but gives Bob something to do in the morning. It's a good time.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we're ready to roll. Hopefully we'll make some horsepower, and it's a good day. Because if it's a good day today, and then we will turn it up even more. So stay tuned, and we'll see what it does. Okay, we made a couple passes with nitrous now today. We started at 300 milligrams, which is a low fuel quantity, and we've kind of been creeping up on nitrous, and we just found the limits of how much power we could make. That last run, we actually turned the big kit on, and it actually put the fire out. So now we're going to increase our fuel quantity, but this tells us our air-fuel ratios and how cool we can keep our EGTs by keeping it lean, and at what point nitrous stops adding power. So this will really help us next year when we get it on the track, and as we're doing our different tune-ups, we'll be able to know if we change the fuel quantity, we need to change the nitrous quantity equally so that we can keep the same air-fuel ratio and keep our engine temps, everything's happy. That makes pistons, heads, everything lasts a lot longer, and hopefully we can get, longer lifespan out of the engine because of the knowledge that we're learning here on the dyno today. A lot of people are asking how we do our water injection. We used to run a mechanical pump with a Simpson valve that's boost activated, and now we are filling a nitrous bottle with water, and we've got a pickup tube like this, so we'll put our actual nitrous pressure to here, which will pressurize the top side of the bottle, which puts water pressure straight to an NX375 solenoid, and then we can activate our water injection with the Bosch power box through with the nitrous solenoid. Now we can turn our water injection on at 60 psi or X amount of EGT. We can have the Bosch look at exhaust gas temperature and turn on water and keep ourselves within check. So it makes we were able to save like 13 pounds doing this method of water injection as opposed to the mechanical pump and the Simpson valve.
So we're back at the dyno for day 3 of dyno testing with the Billet engine. We just made our first pass of the day. We went over a bunch of stuff this morning, making sure everything was healthy still, and we made our first pass with Nitrous. We made 2350. So we're basically just making baby steps to go up from here and to get into our goal of power that we want. So we're gonna let everything kind of cool back down, and then we're gonna make another hit here in a little bit. Refill some nitrous bottles, make sure water's everything's same. Basically, we just want to make sure everything is as close as we can to getting it like we have in the truck when we're racing. So that's basically where we're trying to do all of our testing from. So stay tuned and we'll be back. So tonight is our last night of our dyno session, and so we broke our 3,000 horsepower barrier, and basically now Drew is, well, we're basically wanting to go up. So we added a little bit of water to try to cool the engine down, added a little bit of fuel, and we're still on single turbo. We're with the 98 GT55, and is it 98 or 96?
98.
Yeah, 98. Not that stupid. And so basically we're going to make a kind of a, not necessarily hero pass, but something similar to that. We're just basically going to try to give it more fuel and go for it. So, Phil, what do you got to say about this?
I think she's gonna take it.
Good. Bob the builder?
Yes.
What do you think?
Good to go.
Good to go?
Yeah.
So we're going to give it a whirl here. I think we got nitrous, everything set up to go. So basically you can kind of see an overview. This is what it kind of takes to, we're monitoring so much stuff with cylinder pressure, the Bosch, everything that, is going into all of our dyno sessions. So this is kind of, I know it's a bit of a mess, but we are making progress. So with a brand new engine. Here is actually, this is the dyno graph from our last run. 3214 was our final number, and foot-pounds of torque was 3351. So that is where we ended, and good night.
Is that as close as
What do you got to say, brother? Hell yeah, brother! Hell yeah.
Hey, it's Phil from XRG Performance. I'm just gonna give you guys a little walk around of the electronics and what we're doing here for instrumentation. Start out, we're using the Bosch Motorsport 15.1 ECU. This controls pretty much everything on the engine, the injectors, pumps, all the basic sensors. We're also using the Bosch PowerBox 90, which controls all the nitrous water injection, and in the truck it also controls the transmission and all the other features. For on the dyno here, we also have quite a few other pieces of instrumentation. We've got an O2 sensor in the exhaust pipe, so when we're changing turbos, changing injectors, adding nitrous, we can see exactly what's happening with how rich or lean it is. We also are using the Kistler keybox system on this, where we can measure cylinder pressure and make all sorts of decisions on timing, nitrous control, all sorts of things where we know exactly what's going on inside of the cylinder during combustion.
So to wrap up our final day of dyno testing here at Paul's Engine Dyno out in Indiana. So we basically, after we've made our 3,000 horsepower mark that we wanted, that was basically our shooting point to where we wanted to be. That's kind of where we felt happy being with the single turbo and everything that we're running in the truck. So we kind of, like I said before, we stepped it up a little bit more and put a little bit more fuel to it. And we ended the day with like 3,214 horse. So that's basically where we stopped. We actually ran out of nitrous. We had 3 mother bottles here with us between all the different testing, injector testing we did with Phil, and turbo testing. We did a couple of different GT55 setups, different nitrous and water. We tried all kinds of stuff basically to try to find a good tune-up for the truck. So I think from here, I think we're gonna probably look the engine over a little bit. Everything seems happy, so we're gonna hopefully in the next month or two get the engine in the truck, get everything plumbed, wired, all that fun stuff. So I imagine we will have tons of updates for you guys here in the near future. So stay tuned.